Welcome to Cocinemosjuntos.com. How are you? I hope you're doing great. I bring you here a great recipe. This is a hand soup with vegetables. Have you ever had one? Well, this is my own style. Some people ask me if I could make recipe in English, and I'm giving it a try right here. So I went to the store, right, and I bought a hen. A hen is almost like a chicken. But there's a difference because the meat is a little tough, and I didn't have to kill it. It was already dead when I bought it. It was in the refrigerator, and I paid like $17. So I took it home, and then I started cutting in pieces. And one thing that I would recommend is if you remove the skin, because the skin has a lot of fat. You don't want that in your soup. And this hen has some fat on the sides. There were a lot of yellow, uh, like pieces of balls. I think that's what fat. And so what I did, I just cut it into pieces. I'm using the feet as well. I'm just removing the nails. I'm using everything. I'm not using the heart or the liver. I don't like to use organs. And so as you can see here, I already cut the hen into like 12 or 14 pieces, and that's all we need to do. You can ask your butcher to do it for you if you want to. It's easier and better. And just give it a nice rinse. I like to rinse it twice. I like to remove the blood that comes out when you cut it. And so this is a great recipe to make if you live in the countryside or if you live in the city. All you have to do is just go to the supermarket or any Latin American store and buy a hen. We're going to add some water. Yes, because we're not going to use chicken stock, but you could do that if you want to. I'm going to use like 1.5 liters of water. And we're just going to put it on the stove and let it get hot. In the meantime, I'm going to use the juice of 2 or 3 limes. We like to add the lime of the juice because it gives a nice flavor, and it also takes away the funky smell that sometimes the chicken or the hen will have. So just add it there. Just extract all the juice and just pour it all over the hen. And just give it a nice stir with a spoon, or you can use your hands if you want. So this is a good way to make a soup. If you have a hen in your yard and you want to kill it, go ahead and do it. We have here 1 big onion that we're going to use. When I make soup, I like to use a lot of vegetables. I go to the supermarket, whatever I find, I buy it. So as you can see, we got a big onion here. We're just going to cut it. You can cut it any way you like it. You can use garlic if you want. I didn't have garlic, but I usually use garlic, and I use a lot. But what I'm going to use is celery. We're going to use like 5 or 6 sticks of celery. And just cut into square or slices, any way you want it. The reason that we add lots of vegetables in the soup because they release a lot of good flavor. And vegetables are good for yourself. We have carrots. Doesn't matter how many you use. And we're just gonna peel, remove the skin. And just cut it into slices or square one or whatever form you want to do it. And the water is starting to boil. We're just gonna add the chicken or the hen in the pot and let it boil for maybe like 10 or 15 minutes. That's a good start. Yeah, it would be very interesting to see people from other culture making this soup because, sometimes we don't know how other people cook. This is mostly how we cook in Latin America. It's very simple. We don't need to spend lots of money. We just buy vegetables, whatever is in season, and we go to in the yard and we kill the chicken, and that's it. And we just eat. Very delicious. So I was in my sister's house, right? And then she has a lot of mint in her garden, and we just took advantage of that. And we're gonna use a lot of mint leaves. You can use cilantro if you want, or you can use basil, but in Latin America, when it comes to cooking a hen soup, we use mint leaves, and we use a lot. So I went crazy here, and I probably used like 40-50 leaves of this. And these are very good for making a mojito, dude. Look at how big they are. They smell delicious. You can make a mint tea. You can make anything with this. And they grow. All you need is water and sun for this to grow. So we're gonna use a bunch of those. As you can see, the water is hot, and everything starts smelling delicious in here. Just give it a nice stir. And we're gonna use cassava. These are called yuca in Spanish. And if all you have to do is just go to the supermarket in Latin America or here in the United States and just ask for yuca or cassava, and just put some of those in there. And we're gonna cut the carrots. 2, 4, 5, 7 carrots. We're gonna use them. Some people don't know what yuca is, and you can make fried yuca, fried cassava. You can make tapioca with that. You can make a lot of things. Just have those carrots ready there because we're gonna use them. Put them inside the soup. As everything's starting to boil, I got here 4 potatoes. We're gonna use potato as well. Any kind of potatoes. Just remove the skin and just cut them into pieces. So this is like not in every Latin American country, but some people cook differently, and that's a good idea. So we got the potatoes in here, and some people don't like to remove the skin, and that's fine. So just start putting all the potatoes in there along with the cassava or the yuca. And let's go and put the carrots in there too. These are very good for you. You should add a lot of vegetable when you make a soup. And then we got here the celery. Put them in there. By the way, in some Latin American countries, some people call it sopa, right? In Spanish, or people call them sancocho. Some people call them caldo, and they have different names. So after maybe 20 minutes, just start stirring here and look at the flavor and the color that you can see here on the soup. Just put the lid on it. Oh, you know what? We're gonna use tomatoes because the tomato will give this soup a nice color. We want this soup to be red color, and that's what we're gonna do here. You don't have to remove the seeds. You don't have to remove the skin. Just cut them in half and put them inside the soup, okay? I see sometimes people cooking and they remove the skin, they remove the seeds. I think because of the acidity of the tomato, but not here. We put everything in here. We don't want to waste anything at all. So just add the tomatoes in there. By the way, this soup is not only for one person, right? You gotta share it with your friends or your family. And then when you drink this soup, you're gonna have a nice siesta or a good nap. Well, as you put the tomatoes, just start stirring everything here. And man, it tastes delicious and it smells awesome. See, you don't have to be from Latin America to make this soup. You could be anywhere in any part of the world and make it. We're gonna add the onions. I almost forgot to put that in there. Doesn't matter. You can put it at the beginning or you can put it at the end. And guess what we're gonna use here? We're gonna have this thing is called achiote. What is achiote? Achiote is found in a lot of Latin American stores, And this is called anato too. This is used for making cheese too. If you cannot find this, all you have to do is just use powdered paprika and then just add some water, and then it will give a nice color to the soup. Okay, just put like 2 or 3 big spoons of paprika, which is not spicy. It's not spicy at all. If you want your soup spicy, you can add some chile, habanero. No, those, I don't recommend. Those are very spicy. But here, I got this from my mom. Or when I went to Nicaragua, I bought some of this. Achote. It's from a tree. And we use it a lot in when people make tamales. It's just to give color to the food. And you don't have to do that. If you don't want your soup red, don't add it. You can always modify the soup to your own color or style or taste. As you put it in here, just give it a nice stir and start tasting, just to make sure the soup tastes okay. But we're gonna put the lid back. Everything is boiling here, okay? And then let's see, what else can we add here? Oh yeah, we're gonna put all the mint leaves. You can buy them in the store if you want, but put like maybe 40 or 50 leaves. Sometimes people use this because they think that the mint leaf will take away the smell of the hens, because some hens don't, they have this funky or awful smell, and that's the reason people use cilantro, basil, or mint leaves. You know, just to take away the smell. But this hen was very clean. I didn't smell anything funky at all. All I did was just add these mint leaves and just put the lid back and let it boil for. You have to boil the whole thing for maybe like 45 minutes, you know. And that's all you gotta do. Put the lid back, and at the end we're gonna add something special. Here we go. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe or comment. So I'm gonna start making some videos in English, not all of them, some, okay? And you know, I have made some videos in English and some people like them. My English is not perfect, but I try my best. And that's a great thing, you know. Some people understand you, some don't. But look how the soup looks here. You don't have to travel to any Latin American country if you live here in the United States. You can make it here. You can find all these ingredients easily. All you have to do is just go and kill a chicken, and then, or buy it, you know. You can buy it. Let's go and taste it. And it's starting to taste amazing. Oh yeah, I like the flavor and the smell. Put the lid back. Oh yeah, we're gonna use corn. You can find corn anywhere easily. You don't have to wait for summer. And they're cheap. Sometimes you can buy 5 for $1. Just remove the husk, and you're gonna cut them and just put them in there. You don't have to put them at the beginning because these are very soft, tender. They're juicy as well. And that's all we gotta do. You see how easy it is to make a chicken soup or a hen soup? So that's how we eat in Latin America, or in my country. But that's a good thing, you know. In other country, people don't use corn. Some people don't put achiote. Some people put, you know, that's a good thing. You know, everybody cooks differently. I like to cut them in half so that way everybody can have one piece. Let's see how it looks here. Oh yeah, this is done. 40 minutes is enough. Okay, the meat wasn't very tough at all. It was just tender. Just add the corns almost at the end. Let it boil for like 7 minutes, and that's it. They don't have to boil for forever. Put the lid back, and that's it. We're finished. What do you guys think? There you go. You see, some people, when they go to Latin America, they go to the supermarket and they buy this soup. You know, they drink it with rum or tequila, and then you gotta have this soup with a side of steamed rice. Oh my God, And some people use tortilla, and it tastes delicious. That's how we eat it in our country. Everything looks delicious in here. Lots of vegetable. You know what? You can, at the beginning of the video, I told you that you could use chicken stock. You can do that too, and it will make your soup taste so much better, stronger, tastier. And the body doesn't have to be heavy. It just have to be a thin body, very light. And you know what? This soup doesn't have a lot of fat because when I bought the hen, I removed pretty much all the fat that it had. And now we're just gonna serve it here on a plate. We're gonna start putting a piece of chicken here, some vegetables, corn, potatoes, cassava. You can use chayote. You can put some bell pepper, which I did not use in this recipe. I did not use garlic, but you can use garlic, regular garlic or fresh garlic, or you can use garlic powder. You can modify it to your own style. Because maybe you're not gonna find some vegetables where you live. You know, maybe you're not gonna find corn, but you can find something else. And so that's how we eat it. We eat the soup. You can have a shot of tequila if you want, a shot of rum. You can have some rice, tortilla. Sit down outside because you're gonna sweat when you drink this soup, and share it with your friends and family. And that's all you gotta do. Okay, something easy to make at home. Thank you for watching. Like I said, if you like, subscribe and share it with your friends and family. So maybe we'll bring more videos in English. Let's see how this, what's their reaction on some people. It's something easy to make. This is a soup. In Spanish, it's called sopa de gallina, which means hen soup. And you can find them in many stores. See you later. Take care. Have a great day. Good night. Thank you for your support. Hasta la vista. Adios.